Hi everybody, it's Amy. I'm glad you're here. I'm proud that you're here pushing through all these lessons. All right, we're going to dive right into thinking errors. Thinking errors are something we all have. However, as a sex offender, it is imperative that you identify yours so you can begin to correct them and restructure them. After all, if thoughts and feelings dictate your behavior, then we have to start with the way you think. In total, I'm going to tell you about 36 thinking errors. We're only going to cover the first 6 today, so it's going to take us a few days. When I taught these to the men in prison, they loved these. As I would go over them, they would start pointing at each other because they knew exactly who fit these descriptions. I'm going to give you the thinking errors, and I'm also going to give you the ways to correct each. And you're going to start to see the light bulbs going off as you identify with these, and then with the correctives, you'll know what to do. Some of these may sound very simple or elementary, and if they do, that's great, because that just means that the corrective should be easier for you to do. Also, some of these may not seem like very big issues to most people. However, they are particularly problematic for those who are sex offenders. So the first thinking error is energy. This is somebody who is extremely energetic, someone who always wants action, somebody who's always bored, someone who has a high level of mental activity, always thinking about what would make life more exciting, and this often means getting into trouble. So the corrective here is to redistribute your energy. Make sure that you're fulfilling your responsibilities first. Make efforts to overcome boredom. Develop self-generating enthusiasm. Be proud of some accomplishment. Find a hobby, something like that, rather than just relying on external excitement that's in a harmful or destructive way. Too much time on your hands is the Achilles heel for most people, but sex offenders in particular. The next is fear. This is the second thinking error. Your fears are widespread, intense, especially when you have the fear of getting caught for doing something, a fear of injury, a fear of death, or a fear of being put down. The corrective for this is to learn to use your fear constructively. It is there for a reason. Use it as a means of making yourself responsible. Use fear as a means of preventing you from hurting yourself or someone else. Use fear to improve yourself. All right, the next one, number 3, is a very big one for a lot of people, and that is zero state. This is very important, and it may fit a lot of you. This is a periodic feeling that you are absolutely nothing, or a zero, a feeling of worthlessness and hopelessness. So the corrective for this might be a tall order. Look, we are all our own worst critic, but try to see yourself as others see you. I guarantee you, even if you can't fully embrace that, it's going to be a step up from zero state. Also, learn that these feelings of worthlessness or hopelessness are temporary. Okay, they will pass, and oftentimes they're a lot easier to work through if you accept that they are temporary. All right, number 4 is anger. If you have the thinking error of anger, you are a person that often responds in anger to anything and everything. Anything that opposes you, anyone who opposes you, you respond in anger, and you use anger to control people or situations. The corrective for this, anger has got to be eliminated, not just controlled. Anger is never necessary to solve a problem. Start to see the cost of your anger. You need to start applying rational thinking. Think of all the times that you've gotten angry and how it has not served you well. Even if you got your way because of that anger, in the end, it really does work against you. You can be frustrated without letting it segue into anger. The next one is pride. Number 5. Pride is an unrealistic view of yourself. If you are someone who thinks that you're better than everyone else, even when it's clearly not the case, then you have the thinking error of pride. Pride also makes you very rigid. You have the attitude that if I bend, I break, leaving no room for compromise. Look, the corrective for this is that you have to start to see other people's point of view. Revise your self-image based on actual accomplishments, not just things you've dreamed up. Develop trust and respect for mutual rights. The next one that we're going to cover today, the last one, is power thrusting. This is a need for power and control over others, especially if you're experiencing zero state. A lot of people use power thrusting to pull themselves out of that zero state. If you spend your life seeking power and control over others, instead of focusing on improving your own life, that's power thrusting. This is all about power and dominance and control. So the corrective here, well, this is where we can start to work on some empathy. Put yourself in someone else's place. Start to become aware of the purpose and the effects of your actions. You can have power over others, but it needs to be in a legitimate way that benefits others, like taking a leadership role. Accept the fact that periodically we all feel badly, but you need to work it out in a realistic way, in a realistic time frame, without trying to steamroll over others. All right, so how many times did you say, oh my God, that's me? It's a lot of information. I know we only covered 6 of the 36 that we're going to cover. Recognizing these thinking errors in yourself is one big element of cognitive restructuring. So if you see anything of this in yourself, it is time to get to work. Next time, 6 more. 6 more. We're going to cover 6 more. Until then, please, oh please, oh please, subscribe to this channel. Share the videos. Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We got you hooked up in every way. And until next time, be well.